Welcome aboard the National Football Show with your boy Big Sills. Hope all are having themselves a great day. As we get ourselves ready here, and we're getting ourselves ready for training camp, we appreciate everybody that comes aboard Monday through Friday, 3 to 6 Eastern Time. Now, let's do this, baby. Okay? I'm so sorry that I upset people yesterday with the reporting of the news of Jalen Hurts getting his $40 million contract by some dude over at WIP. Now, on my Twitter page, people are like, Sileo thinks Jimmy Garoppolo is better than Jalen Hurts? Guys, he is. I get what Seth Joyner even said. He's a turnover machine. Well, that turnover machine went into Dallas and in Green Bay last year and won ball games. And unfortunately, the one-loss record is given to the quarterbacks today. We all know it's not a single thing that you give quarterbacks, but the media today equates quarterbacks with winning. They say Tom Brady's won 7 Super Bowls. They don't say Tom Brady was on 7 teams that won Super Bowls. It applies to him. It applies to Garoppolo. It applies to Jalen Hurts. So when people talk like that, that's the distinction of today. Hell, coaches' coaching records are also part of who they are and how we talk about them and how we gauge who they are in the history of the league. It's without a doubt part of the narrative today when we talk about coaches and quarterbacks. Coaches and quarterbacks are gauged by the records that they have when they're on those respected teams. And by the way, I did look it up. Do you know that Kyle Shanahan, without Garoppolo as a starting quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers, is 8-27? I don't know about you, but if you put the record with Garoppolo under center, Jimmy Garoppolo, it's 38-16. I don't know what to say, but those are the facts. You can talk about Garoppolo's numbers all you want, but the bottom line is Jimmy Garoppolo wins ball games wherever he's been. You may think he's not the best quarterback in the league. Well, what does that say about your guy? And I just don't mean Jalen. I mean anybody in the NFL that struggles at the quarterback position. What's that say about your guy? You know, you keep saying, well, he's the – you guys are praying he's going to be that. Jalen Hurts is nowhere accomplished in the landscape of quarterbacking today. Dude, you got to win significant games, and you got to beat a team with a winning record. You've got to. Okay? You've got to beat teams with winning records. Plain and simple. You can't have empty calorie stats. And we've got questions. By the way, I've got about, let me see here. Oh, by the way, lists are here, baby. Lists are here. Hey, Merrill, Reese, hour number 3, 5:30. 1, 2, 3. I got 4 questions that I'm going to ask you guys about your Eagles as they get ready for the July 26th training camp. Dude, don't ever in your mind think that Hurts is a better quarterback on June 29th, 2022 than Jimmy Garoppolo. It's factually not true. Even the eyeball test isn't true. It's not true. You can pray and hope. It's like praying and hoping for the lottery tickets or the Powerball numbers. It's not true. What I say is, and by the way, I saw a guy on my Twitter page at Dan Sileo's show say, one day Sileo's here with Hurts, one day Sileo's there with Hurts. That's because that's his erratic play. When you have conversations on people, and it's like Kyrie Irving. One day you talk about Kyrie Irving when he puts up a 50 spot on somebody, and you say this, That guy is the most talented guy that we've seen at the pure point guard position in a long time when it comes to pure scores. That guy can handle the basketball, and he's great. Then the next day, you turn around and you go, that guy's a Fruit Loop. That's who Kyrie Irving is. That's how I talk about people. Very seldom do you get a guy like Tom Brady or Peyton Manning where you can go like this. There's nothing that changes in their behavior or their play, and they're steady. How many athletes are steady like that professionally? How many athletes do we cover every single day that are steady like that? They're not, because being a champion and being spectacular and being the GOAT is hard to come by. And when you got a quarterback like Hurts who's up and down, that's the evaluation. He's like a seesaw. He's a seesaw. The one thing you say about Garoppolo, you look past the numbers. Oh, I see. Wait a minute. With some guys, you look at the numbers. With other guys, you look at the numbers and you gauge them by the numbers, but not the wins. Hey, you could keep the numbers, dude. I'll take the one-loss column any day. It bugs me when I hear people throwing idiotic comments out. Garoppolo's a turnover machine? Well, how's that responded into 5-2 in the postseason, and the 49ers suck when he's not on the field? They suck. When he's not playing, they're not competitive. He's 5-2. He beat Rodgers at home last year in a torrential hailstorm at Lambeau. Where are you coming with these non-facts? Well, he'll throw interceptions. I never said he was elite. I said he's really good. That guy wins ball games, man. I thought that's what this conversation was about. Was about winning ball games. I don't give a shit about anything except for winning games. Marina goes, 49ers will be 8-9 with Lance. Is Hurts better than Lance? I don't know. One play Lance? That says you have a franchise quarterback when you look in the stands and it's filled with people wearing the QB's jersey. Sills is fired up because people throw things out that are not true. You could be, and you know what's crazy? You guys are trying to shop at the elite store, and you're not at the elite store. And you think you have an elite product. You don't. Your team's elite. He ain't. And I'm trying to tell you, quarterbacks like Kirk Cousins and Jimmy Garoppolo, you pray you get guys like that. Finding players like Joe Burrow and Justin Herbert and players like that, Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, they don't come around that often. Look at the Dolphins. They've been searching for a quarterback since Marino. Hell, the Denver Broncos can't draft a quarterback to save their life. I mean, your quarterback is lower tier as of June 29th. That's a harsh reality for a lot of people to take. It's a harsh reality. Okay? So when people go, I love the fact because JAKIB posted something on my Twitter page, Garoppolo or Hurts. I don't know what the debate is. Now, does Garoppolo have an issue on being injured? Absolutely. That's why they trade all those picks to get Lance. Trade Lance in the building. Absolutely. Manser goes, let's get Jimmy now. You ain't getting Jimmy now. That franchise ain't paying $27 million. Do you know how much money you're paying this year for Jalen Hurts? $1.1 million. I got a quarterback at Miami that makes twice that. And I mean the University of Miami. Bryce Young makes $4 million. He makes 3 times the money that Jalen makes. You got a dime store quarterback. And it's a good thing. Because now you can build the rest of your team. He's functional and good enough to win. Kirk and Jimmy ain't elite. Damn right they're not. What's your boy? If they're not elite, who is he? Dude, you got to beat somebody that matters. You got to beat a winning team eventually. I sure hope that happens this year. Christopher says Jimmy is a little above average. He's been on some good teams. That's not the case, Christopher. Again, that's fake news. Because when Garoppolo's not the starter, they're 7-28 with Kyle Shanahan as the head coach of the Niners. Again, not getting it factually correct. Okay? Okay. You can have Hurts, not me. I want a quarterback that can throw the ball. I want to be in today's NFL. The Eagles have not taken advantage of today's NFL rules. And if you look at the history of your team, you've never had a 100-catch wide receiver, and you've had one 4,000-yard passing quarterback in your history. You run the ball. That's what you do. Nothing wrong with that. It's been very successful. Stick to your identity. But you're trying to change your identity this year. You're trying to jam a square peg in a round hole. Sorry. You need to have a throwing quarterback to do this. Everybody knows this. And again, the only reason I'm starting out like that is because everyone on my Twitter page is going like this. Where did you get this guy from? What's this guy saying? Where the hell's he get? All I'm doing is reading one loss column. That's all I'm doing. Hurts beating teams with winning records, one less than you could talk about, Bucko. What's that mean? Who's he beating with a winning record? Okay? Who? Last year, they were spanked by teams with winning records. Spanked. Give Jalen a chance. Again, you're talking about Josh Allen. Josh Allen's a passer. Your boy's not. This year, okay. Again, fantasy shit until we see it. Okay, you're right. Can't debate it because it hasn't happened in his career yet. But all those other guys beat winning teams in their young part of their careers. Guy like Merrill, who people thought was a system quarterback at LSU with all that talent. Remember what they were saying? He was just a system guy at LSU. Well, he took that system to Cincinnati, Ohio. The Bengals. The Bengals transformed them. Prior to Josh Allen showing up in Buffalo, they hadn't done shit for a decade and a half. Facts. In Kansas City, Patrick Mahomes, they hadn't won a Super Bowl in 50 years in Kansas City. 50 years. When those guys show up in the building and you go like this, yeah, I don't need 70 games or 35 games to figure out whether or not a woman is a good-looking woman or not. You look at her right away and go, hey, oh my God, man. Okay, Halle Berry, she's a great-looking woman. Sierra, I don't need 70 looks to go, yeah, get back to me tomorrow. Okay? Stating the obvious? That's right. I am stating the obvious. Garoppolo's 5-2 in the postseason. Has been to a Super Bowl. And people are like, well, Hurts is better. You're out of your mind. You're out of your mind when you say that. He hasn't proven that. Again, that's theory. That's theory. Oh, you know what you have also? And you also have those toolboxes that say, if you like Jimmy Garoppolo, you're a racist because you're rooting against Jalen. No. No. Race has nothing to do with winning. That's for people that talk news shit. Has nothing to do with it. Winning and losing has no racial issues to it. That's made up in your minds. It's going to be bad year for the Eagles. Okay, I don't know what that means, man. You got to write in English. Hurts will be the best quarterback in the USFL. Dude, that's not what I'm saying about the kid. I'm saying he's good enough to win. Okay? I'm saying that he's good enough to win. Now, when he does this year, you'll be King brings this point up. Xander, put that up. King Dread. Now, when he does this year, you'll be on his side, just like all you idiot analysts. King, why? I'm gonna tell you like I tell everyone else. What would make you think it would be in my best interest to root against Jalen Hurts to have failure this year for my show? Let me think selfishly here. Why in a million years would I root against the kid? What in your mind makes you say that that's good for my show? See, I told you so. I don't like that kind of radio or broadcasting. See, I told you so. Because usually when I say that, that means somebody failed. And if he fails, the team fails. I'm not rooting for the team to fail. Okay? Steven goes, because you want Tyler. That's okay. Tyler's going to the Giants. I already set it up. You guys don't want him because you got your $40 million boy. He's calling you a fair-weathered fan? Bro, once again, how can you sit here and give a proper analysis on somebody when 1 week they suck out loud, the next week they do decent, then the following week they do well? Everything like this. So are you supposed to be up here and be a cheerleader like you want and say he'll get there? Or do you do what I do? I look at what's happening today factually. I'm not a mind reader. I don't have a genie bottle. I don't forecast what I think that I talk about right now. Because that's the only thing you can be judged by. Wishful thinking are for losers. People on my Twitter were all wishful thinking. I mean, honestly, best quarterback to come out of Alabama? You know, Namath had a losing record as a starting quarterback in the NFL. Threw more interceptions and touchdowns, too. So, whatever that means. No, you're looking in the past. Because the past is who he is. Okay? You're wishful thinking. Right now, today, there are no quarterbacks in college better than Jalen. Really. I guarantee you, those kids that'll be drafted, Jalen's not a quarterback. He's a running quarterback thing. He's not a proficient passer. Those are facts. Okay? All right, let me get into some questions here. I wanted to address some of the things that people were saying on my Twitter page. That's all I'm doing. I didn't really even mean to start the show out like that. But when people were asking me questions like that, to me, once again, I've got to give you the facts. And you know what's crazy? You can't dispute them. Today on June 29th, you can't dispute anything I've said. You may think in your heart and all the rose-petaled love that you want to throw your boy, end of the day, he's not as accomplished as Garoppolo, and he'll have a couple of years to get to that status where you'll be that. He's got the second highest win percentage with 50 games or more played than any quarterback in NFL history. And what are you telling me again? Asinine. Asinine. And people go, wait a minute here. The one-loss record's not a quarterback stat. Really? The media today doesn't take one-loss record, and Tom Brady gets all the love for winning 7 Super Bowls. But other quarterbacks don't get that. Okay. Have fun in the speculation, really. Good luck to you guys. You dispute the things you say. Can't wait for Hurts to take it to the next level. Not hoping. Yes, it is hoping. Because he's not at that level yet. He's not a passing quarter. He's not an NFL. How about this? Watch this. If Jalen Hurts lost his ability to scramble, would he be an NFL quarterback? I'll wait. If he lost his ability to scramble, would Jalen Hurts be an NFL quarterback? Yes or no? And I'm not looking for an analysis. It's just a yes-no answer. If you took his scrambling ability away, if you took Joe Burrow's scrambling ability away, would Joe Burrow be a starting quarterback in the NFL? Yeah. If you took Josh Allen's scrambling ability and he runs away, would he? Yes. Patrick Mahomes? Yes. Aaron Rodgers? Yes. Tom Brady? Yes. Russell Wilson? Yes. That's all you need to know. If a part of a guy's game goes down and it ruins him, push. Okay. Right. He'd be with what? Dude, that guy'd be lucky to be in the USFL. Kenneth, 38-16, baby. 38-16. You're speculating? So are you. So are you. All right, let me get to my questions. Guys, turn this thing into a bitchin' match already with me here. And it's not. But when people are throwing that shit at me on Twitter, hey, even Seth got in it. And I was like this, and I love Seth, and you know I do, and I value his opinion more than anybody's opinion. But I disagree with him. I don't think that guy is near as accomplished as that dude. And I do think the quarterback record has a lot to do with the starting quarterbacks because everyone else in this league's history gets gauged on that. If you Google it, they'll even have the one-loss record of every quarterback that's ever played in the game. That also applies to Garoppolo. You just can't handpick that. If that was the case, Carson Wentz would still be the quarterback in Indy. But because he shit the bed against the Jaguars and the Raiders at the end of the year, was it because of the season Carson Wentz had? Think of this for a second. You think Carson Wentz got fired because of the year he had last year? Or because of the last 2 games he lost? Ask yourself that. Guy threw for 27 touchdowns and 7 picks. And almost 3,700 yards, 94 quarterback rating. It wasn't the season he had. It was those last 2 games he lost. Those last 2 games cost him his time in Indianapolis. Wasn't the year he had. Shit, he beat a handful of teams that had winning records, including the 49ers and the Bills. Hurts hasn't been accomplished yet because he hasn't played as many seasons as Jimmy G. Well, yeah. Well, Joe Burrow's played a year and a half. Okay? Xander's like, you think Hurts will ever put up numbers like Garoppolo's numbers? 38-16? You think he's going to put numbers like that up? I can't wait. By the way, let me get to my questions. Okay? Guys, please hit the like button. With terrible coaching? Like who? Nick Saban? Steve Sarkisian? Lincoln Riley? Josh Allen had shitty coaching in college. Wyoming, the coach doesn't even have a winning record. Wise guy, thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Because we just speak the facts and people have a hard time digesting it. They have a hard time digesting it. By the way, man, it's all good. But when you get people going on Twitter and making false accusations about a guy versus another guy, and we have those conversations, I'm going to defend my takes. Here, let's ask some of these questions as we get ready for July 26th training camp. I've got 4 questions for you. Let's go down the 4 questions here. By the way, again, Merrill Reese, hour 3 at 5:30 Eastern time. My first question as we get ready for the July training camp. Will the Eagles have 2,000-yard receivers? Will they have 2,000-yard receivers? Xander goes, let's start with 1, please. Let's start with 1. Well, wait a minute. To Xander's point, well, shit, what the hell did you draft a guy in the first round and give another guy $100 million for then? So one guy suffers because of the other? Who's going to suffer, the $100 million man or your first-round draft choice who won the Heisman? I see 1. Hell yeah. Yes. No. Yes. You see 2,000-yard wide receivers on this team. Eastside Monster says there's going to be 2,000-yard wideouts on this team. I think you're lucky to get 1. When's the last time the Philadelphia Eagles had a 1,000-yard receiver? Could someone tell me? Was it Macklin in 17? I think that's what we talked about a couple months ago. Was it Macklin? 6 years ago. Yes. Ertz is not a wide receiver. Ertz is not a wide receiver, dude. Will the Eagles have 2,000-yard wide receivers? Sometimes people just can't listen. Macklin 14. Oh, so it's a little longer. I don't think you believe Hurts is a starting NFL quarterback, Dan. No, I think he's good enough. I think he's good enough to win. I do. I don't think he's elite at all, and I don't think he'll ever be elite. Okay, so 1 wide receiver. 1 wide receiver. Some of you think there'll be 2. So in the last 1,000-yard receiver you had was 2014. Okay. This is it's almost too easy. I don't mean to laugh out loud like that. Sills is in a bad mood. Don't let Twitter do it. I'm not in a bad mood, Chris. Actually, it fires me up to have a great debate with you guys. Okay? Hey, Fort, you think there's 2,000-yard receivers on this team this year? Now watch, you in a few minutes. Hurts should not be a starter. I've never said that. I've never said I would never change him out for just some dude. Absolutely not. And by the way, I'm talking about 2,000-yard wide receivers. Not upset at all. You are upset. You're under some impression I'm upset. I'm fired up. Kyle, go stop yelling. I'm Italian, Kyle. Burrow was nice all year. The master debater. That's funny. What do you mean by elite? Okay, here, I'll simplify it for you, Sam. Here's elite. That if my team is down by 25 points, I can win by throwing myself out of trouble. That's elite. Eagles get down 10, they have no comeback capabilities at all. AJ, 1,000. Smitty, 1,200. Quez, 800. Even Pascal gets 800. Damn! Damn! Okay. Listen, I'm going to go like this. I think you have one. Xander, you think they get one? I think they get one. I think the rest of the guys have nice seasons. Okay? I think they get one. Xander's right. By the way, if nobody gets 1,000 yards, Nick Sirianni would be fired. I would fire Nick Sirianni. If Nick Sirianni doesn't have at least one wide receiver with 1,200 yards, he should be fired. You can't make an investment of $100 million and then turn around, draft a guy in first round, and go like this. Shit, what the hell? 800, 900 yards, that's good enough. That's why they set up the new offensive coordinator to be the fall guy if it falls apart. So they don't have to fire Sirianni because Howie loves his boy. Hey, Manchester, I know, right? Holy cow, man. These guys are really – got 3 more questions. We're going to do that after the timeout here. Hey, don't forget my friends at Morgan & Morgan where the fee is free. If you're hurt or injured on the job, finding that attorney is one of the most important things that you could possibly do for your family. Compensation and fair compensation for your family is what Morgan & Morgan is all about. That's why when you hear for the people, you will understand immediately. Once you talk to Morgan & Morgan, this is not a slogan. This is who they are with over 800 attorneys strong across the country and offices in Philly, New York, and in Florida and across the country. Morgan & Morgan is there to do battle for you. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation is free. 800-512-1600. Open 24/7, 7 days a week. And do me a favor. When you call them, tell them Dan Sileo sent you.
When choosing a lawyer for your injury case, you may ask, does the size of the law firm matter? Well, of course it does. The insurance company, they're huge with unlimited resources. And whether your case is big or small, they're built to bully you out of the money you're owed. But here's the good news. We're big too, the biggest actually. And we're built to fight to make them pay for all that was taken from you. Size is our strength. There's only one Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com.
Action News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community, a sports roundup for the locals, and the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Welcome back. National Football Show. It's your boy, Big Sills. I got to tell you guys something. I want to thank you guys for making something happen for me. You're absolutely going to love this, I think. Okay? I think. Come Monday and Tuesday of next week, I'll be hosting the Jim Rome Show on both CBS Sports Network and on his affiliates of over 570 stations across the country. So we're really looking forward to that. And some more news down the line, too, with other potential opportunities with that show. So, yeah, Monday and Tuesday, we'll be doing that show. And then I'm going to turn around and nothing is not going to have me come here so that I could see and talk to all you lovely folks. Okay? That's why they call Big Sills King Kong. Okay? Yeah. Okay? King Kong, baby. King Kong ain't got you-know-what on me. Yale, thank you so much, man. Yeah. What? You're now Jim. I'm not. No, man. No, I do a completely different show than that. I'm not ditching anything, wise guy. Told you that. You think I'm putting all this time in? Hold on. You think I'm putting all this time in? I told Xander this. You think I'm putting all this sweat and tears into building this thing up from 8 views to what we're doing now? Shit. This is the future here. Radio's part of it. But like I said before, you got to be a platform performer, man, today. It's not just about radio anymore. You got to be part of all this stuff. You know what I mean? Podcasting, streaming shows, radio, all of that. I like that, Biggie Sills. I love people over on my, who's this guy? What's this guy? Yeah, I know. I've been doing it only for 30 years. Oh, no, I got to wear a jacket. Yeah, hey, Monday and Tuesday, I'm wearing a jacket. Yeah, so Big Sills. JAKIB ain't sent me my shirts yet. So I don't think they can make them that big yet. Yeah, Xander goes like this, Sills. You know, your shirts are like Depends, okay? You just can't buy them in a store, bro. We got to, have them made. Yeah. Oh, man. Chris, you could just CBS Sports, the CBS Sports Network. You can watch it. East Coast wise, it'll be noon to 3. We're doing that on Monday and Tuesday. So you taking your pot? Oh, of course, man. You know me better than that. I've known Jim Rome a long time. We're friends. Okay, I've known Jim a long time. No, Sills is not 6'4", 6'1", no. Custom shop undershirt. Hey, Xander, DXL. Xander's big and tall. Yeah, man. So, yeah, that's really good news for us, man, that we're going to be doing that. We're going to be on the Rome show doing the 3 hours across the country. They're on in Los Angeles, too, by the way. So, all good. Sills, are you going to let everyone know that Jalen is worth $40 million? Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Okay. There's that Connecticut accent. Proud of it. Absolutely, man. I'm proud of that. Don't ever call me a New Yorker. By the way, we asked the question, and to my non-surprise, will the Eagles have 2 1,000-yard wide receivers? You haven't had a wide receiver with 1,000 yards since 14, but you think there'll be 2. All right. Here's question number 2. Miles Sanders. Will Miles Sanders have 1,000 yards rushing this year? Okay. Will Miles Sanders have 1,000 yards rushing? Chris says nope. Kenneth says, can we call in? I've never listened. Of course you can call in. Okay. Look at you guys. Hell no. No. Nathan, true to Eagle form. Look, hey, $40 million man. Okay, look at that handle. 1,200. Injuries say no, probably not. Extra game, that's right. 17 makes 1,000 yards less difficult. You're telling me you don't have 1,000-yard back on your team that had the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL last year. You don't have a back that's capable of getting 1,000 yards. Come on, man. Are you serious? Will he have a touchdown? Yeah. It's an unrealistic goal. David, 1,000 yards? David, let me show you how difficult that is. Okay, watch this. 1,000 yards divided by 17 is 58 yards a game. You're telling me you don't have a back on your football team that can put up 58 yards a game, and you had the number 1 rushing attack in the NFL? I don't think you have a 1,000-yard runner, though, because I don't think you have 1,000-yard back capabilities back there. I think Miles Sanders is decent. He's not Tony Pollard, though. Look at this. $40 million man. Hurts, 1,500. Sanders, 12. Gain. Well, I love it, man. Dude, you must be great on Madden. You must be unbelievable on Madden. If you play 17 games. So wait a minute. You got 1,000-yard receiver and you don't have 1,000-yard back. There's 2 questions out of 4 I've asked already. You have a committee. Like the January 6th committee? I'm sorry. Hey, I'm sorry. Could you just say anything? Oh, hey, I'm great at Madden. Combined, they will have 1,000 yards. Woo, man. I remember when Buddy used to run Healthy Sherman and Anthony Toney like 40 times a game. Oh, man. All right, so you have 1,000-yard receiver and no 1,000-yard back. It's just going. I'm going to save this one here I put in the middle for last because we started the show off on a bumpy ride there a little bit. Okay? Manza says Jalen takes too many of the carries. So my quarterback takes away from my running game? Huh. I'm good at Super Mario too, bro. You mean the committee that thinks Trump grabbed the steering? I'm not even going to that thing. The Secret Service guys completely deny it too. When that didn't happen. I know, man. I'm out of that. I'm out of that because you got to let that thing play out, man. That thing was funny yesterday. Nah, that didn't really happen. I'm like, whoa. Here's another question for you. You ready? Will the Eagles be in the top 10 in sacks? Do you think the Eagles will go from being a team that was 29th, or no, I think they had 29 sacks, and only the Falcons were worse. So do you think they go from the 31st worst pass rushing team to a top 10 pass rushing team? So they're number one in sacks, definitely. Yes. No, but to 15. Smile, that's what I'm thinking. 55 sacks? You're going to go from 29 to 55. Let me see. If Reddit gets 10, that's 39. Where are you getting the other ones? Top 10, no question. Oof. Damn. Gannon is the concern. 29 to 42 sacks. Hell yes, 55 this year. Wow. I hope. Hey, Jeremiah, man. I see you over on my Twitter too sometimes. Watch this. Here's Jeremiah. Man, I sure hope, man, we have 55 sacks this year. He rubs it long enough, man, it becomes fact. Jeremiah, you know I'm playing. Oh, man. 16th, according to Hurts, we will have 200 sacks. We had 52 in 2020. Really? But then, hey, Big Keezy, I think that is possible then that you can jump up there. If you did they really have 52 sacks in 2020? New quarterback or new coordinator and scheme. That's what dropped that number. Okay. Did they really have that many sacks in 2020? That's phenomenal. 52 is great. You're turning on the boys rubbing that. Yeah. Top 5, baby. You don't get a lot of sacks with prevent D, and 80% happen between 2 to 3 seconds. Kind of hard to get to the quarterback. It's a fair statement, Nathan. Pittsburgh led the NFL with 55 sacks in 2021. 10th best was Bills with 42. Capable, dude. Hey, Jones. What's this, Jones? Yeah, I think they can get there. If 42 is the 10th and they had that many sacks in 2020, I think that's capable. Okay, so there's one that I agree with. I don't think you're going to have a 1,000-yard back, and I don't think you're going to have 2 1,000-yard wide receivers. But I do think you could be 10th in sacks. Okay? Shit, yeah, man. If Reddick just gets 11, that puts you at 40. It's okay, though, Freddie, reaching for the stars. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be undefeated or being champions. There's nothing wrong with that. Actually, I admire that. Here's the last question. I saved it for the end. Okay. Will Jalen Hurts throw for 4,000 yards? GT, how you doing? So, my questions today Where will the Eagles have 2,000-yard receivers? I think we all agree no. Miles Sanders will not get 1,000 yards. The Eagles will be a top 10 pass rushing team on defense. Will Jalen throw for 4,000 yards? Yes. Yes. Only 4,000? Chris, 3,700. Yes to all three questions. I will take the under. Hurts 4,200. MVP. Wow, man. Look at that year that David has. 4,200 passing, almost 500 rushing. Shit, man. We're looking at an iconic year in Philly at the quarterback spot. Wow. And he gets his $40 million at the end of the year. Gosh, dang it. I'm taking the under. If he plays 17 games, I'll guess around 3,600. David, I hope you're right. David, I hope you're right. Make for a great year. 30 TDs, too. Wow, he's going to go from 19 to 30. Shit. Look at all these improvements, man. Going to go from 3,100 passing yards to 4,000. And he's going to improve from 19 touchdowns to 30. Freddie, 3,500 and 500. Let's just win the Super Bowl. That's the smartest thing anyone said right there, Wise. That's the smartest thing anyone has said. You're right. Let's just win the Super Bowl, baby. Yes, I believe. They'll be top 10 in sacks. The defense is loaded. Greg, I'm with you, man. 16, Sills, 16. 16 TDs he had. Oh, I know. 14, man. You got to say he's going to add 14 to that legendary arm of his. Jesse goes, I believe in Jalen. We have a shot. 30 touchdowns, maybe 27 throwing, 6 running. That number clearly has to reverse. So look at that. Here are the questions I asked you. Will the Eagles have 2,000-yard receivers? No. Miles Sanders will not have 1,000 yards. Jalen throws for 4,000 yards. Man, this is setting up for one of the greatest years I've ever seen. I can't wait. I'm thrilled. And he's going to get his $40 million at the end of the year. By the way, that story got some traction nationally. I saw Mike Florio on Pro Football Talk talking about it this morning. What's the price range? I got that for you at the top of the hour, too. Oh, yeah, another list. How you doing? Musa, legendary arm, Sills, the biggest. Oh, man. If he throws for 4,000 yards, I'll take back everything I ever said. Hey, wait a minute. Okay, if he throws for 4,000 yards, I'll take back everything I said too. Okay. Kenneth, look at Big Keezy, 43 and 847 total touchdowns. Big Keezy thinks he's back at Oklahoma playing against them shitty defenses in the Big 12. Look at that, man. Big Keezy, man. This guy is Lamar Jackson. I'm not stirring nothing up. Look at those numbers, man. 4,300 passing yards, 35 touchdowns, 800 rushing, 47 touchdowns total. Holy shit. Whoa. Oh, my God. What a great. I'm going to steal that. Where are we here? Oh, I love this. Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. We have some really good topics. And Price. Excuse me for a second. Phew. Phone's blowing up here. Yeah. I love what Jacob posts. Sileo thinks Jalen Hurts is a shitty quarterback. I'm like, I did not say that. I did not say that. Okay. I did say he's the lower tier quarterback, though, but it's all right. It's okay. You want to go there? I'm going there, too. Yeah, let me see here. Who's Dan Sileo? Never heard of him. The way you on my Twitter. Dan Sileo labels Jalen Hurts as a bottom tier quarterback. Wow. Xander, did you do that, man? Jesus, gravity. Trolling. Hold on for a second. Sorry here. Social media guy is a Hurts fan. Oh. I love it. I love it. Hold on here. Sorry, I got reached out by the in nice subtle terms here by an NFL team about wanting to go down and meet Tyler. No, it's not the Eagles either. Let's see here. Carolina Panthers. Matt, here's Mario Cristobal's number. Call him. I give you my blessing. They don't like him in Philly. There you go. David Tepper wants to come too, the owner. Have at it. Mario will put you up in a booth. There you go. First home game's UNC. There you have it. All right. So I've got the Giants now. Brian Dable goes, Sills, can you hook me up with Mario? And I said, absolutely. And I got Carolina now. So no Matt Nagy. Okay. No Matt Nagy. So wait, you think Jalen's as good as Dak Prescott? I see the U finally locking up local kids again. A. Thomas, thank you. Yeah, can I tell you why? A. Thomas, can I go off topic here for 2 seconds and address you? Yeah, you know why? They finally got off their asses, went back into the inner cities. What made Miami great? Overtown, Liberty City, Belglades, Florida. Recruiting kids that need opportunities. Okay, Woodrow Wilson, Palmetto High, Southridge, places like that. See, a lot of those guys at that institution, the University of Miami, they don't want to go. They didn't want to go in there because you know why? Not quite the academic guys that we had, like, that go to the school today. See, guys during my time, Howard and Jimmy and Dennis Erickson, and even Larry Coker to some extent, they gave kids opportunities to get out of the gutter. That school got away from that. And you know what happened? Nick Saban gave opportunities. You know what Nick Saban is selling now? I'll make your family wealthier than you'll ever see in your life now. Dabo Swinney, Ohio State, all those schools went in there and said, shit, if Miami doesn't want to do it anymore, we'll do it. And that's why they're all winning. Because they went into those places and created dreams. Yeah. Hey, that kid from Medicine is coached by my boy, Luther Campbell. Luther's my boy, man. Or I should say I'm his boy. Saban holds out paychecks. So it's legal today. What up, Carlos? Okay. Yeah. Hey, they locked up that quarterback too. Hey, wasn't it funny? Miami locked up this big-time 5-star quarterback. All they want to talk about is how much money Miami paid to get him. Arch Manning goes to Texas. Nobody talks about the amount of money he signed with his nil agreement with the Longhorns. Oh, I see. We paid to get a kid in, but not Texas. Never them. Oh, okay. Yeah, right. Right? Yeah, hey, Xander, right? Texas, nobody brings up Arch Manning taking money to get in there on that nil program. Everything was, oh, this is a great choice for him to go to the Longhorns. Miami side's a 5-star kid. How much money did Miami have to pay to get him? Yeah, whatever, guy. Hey, don't let Miami get back to being Miami again, or you're all in trouble. Owned college football for 20 years. We'll do it again. Just got to get the right guy, and we have the right guy. It's Mario Cristobal. All right. Man, do I have a couple great topics here at the top of the hour here. I got a price tag for Jalen and a coaching topic. Hit the like button. Keep it right here on the National Football Show.
Action News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community, a sports roundup for the locals, and the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Hour 2, Big Sills, National Football Show. Please hit the like button. Whew. The National Miami Hurricane Show. Absolutely. Every day, all day. Greatest alumni base in the history of the United States of America. Just take a look at the Hall of Fame the last 20 years. Every other year, a cane goes in. You're welcome. Hit the like button. Don't forget Merrill, Reese, hour number 3. Okay, hour number 3, 5:30. Daz, the National Shit on Hurts. It is not. How dare you say that? I retract my like from Bill's from Big Sil. East Side Monster. You know what, man? You know what the coolest thing about talking with you guys? I mean, honestly, man, it's fun again. It's fun again. It's fun again. But hey, there's a clearly different attitude with East Coast people, West Coast people who move to the West Coast that are from the East Coast. The National Jimmy G Show, you could only hope it was the National Jimmy G Show because that means you'd be winning. Click the hater button. How dare you, Chris? How dare you guys say that? Oh, ye of little love. Whatever happened to Bernie Kosar? He does preseason football for the Browns. He's doing pretty well. Bernie's got some health issues, but he's okay, man. Shots fired. Nah. What up, High? It's okay, man. You'll never face Sills because you know why? Nothing really gets to me. Nothing ever gets to me, man. I'm level-headed. You know, unlike some people, you know, I'm level-headed. Years past it used to. Now it doesn't get to me like it did. You know, I mean, it's all good. Do I have two good topics here for you for this hour? Except for Twitter. All right. So, Pauly Shore Parks yesterday reported for WIP that Jalen's in line for a $40 million deal. Unreal. That would make him one of the highest paid guys in the NFL. Here's the top 10 highest paid guys. Jared Goff, 33.5. Won an NFC, got to the Super Bowl. Not great. I'm not a fan at all. Number 8, Kirk Cousins, $35 million. Russell Wilson, $35 million. 6, tie. Matthew Stafford, Dak Prescott, $40 million. Josh Allen, Derek Carr, $40.5 million. Josh Allen, $43 million. Patrick Mahomes, $45 million. Deshaun Watson, $46 million. Aaron Rodgers, $50.3 million. So, where do you think Jalen fits in this list? According to Pauly Shore, this guy thinks he should be paid the same amount as Derek Carr, Matthew Stafford, and Dak Prescott. Sorry, I'm laughing out loud. I'm sorry. I'm just, I'm sorry. Yeah, Craig Brady took lesser money. I think it's at 30 now. He took more of a signing bonus. Okay. What is here? Price tag. Let's put a price tag on Jalen right now. Let's do two things here with him. Let's put a price tag first. What do you think his value is as of June 29th, 2022? That's all we have. Not this fantasy 2022 4,200-yard passing year that you think he's going to have. What do you think his value is right now? What would you pay for him? And know this, Baker Mayfield's $18 million in Cleveland. 29? You would write a check for $29 million for Jalen Hurts, who hasn't beaten anybody. Wow. Wow. That guy makes 1.1 now. 4 point. What? Hey, what's he getting paid now? 1.1. $9 million. So you would write a check for him for $30 million? I'd rather have Mitchell Trubisky or Jameis Winston at a cheaper price. Those are traditional passers. I'm not going to pay a running back that throws the ball $30 million. I would never pay that amount. $25 million? $25 million? 20 East Side Monster? What do you think, Xander? 20 to 25 million? You be all right with that? Garoppolo gets 26 million. Jimmy G makes 26. Okay? Garoppolo makes 26. Hey, I'm good at 2025, and there's Xander thinks it's a little on the high end. 25 could be overpaid, but would that be a fair market value that I would put on Jalen right now before he starts the season? 25 million. By the way, honestly, that number could skyrocket if he has a season like you're all saying he's going to have, and he could get up to that $40 million tier of quarterback. He could. Right now, he's not. Stop what? I'm asking what you think his value is on the marketplace. 29 million as long as he averages 10. I don't care about the 10 rushing touchdowns, dude. I need my quarterback to win games throwing the ball, not running the ball. I don't give a shit about those 10 rushing touchdowns. No elite quarterback in the game today has 10 rushing touchdowns. Then again, if he's only worth 25 to us, he ain't worth signing. Yeah, but wait a minute, though. Wait a minute, Xander. Today, he's worth that, okay? But he has an opportunity to increase his value. He's basically, this year, Jalen's gambling on himself. Okay? He goes out, he balls. He can only improve his worth and his market value. See, that's why, to me, Baker Mayfield sitting on his ass in Cleveland and him coming out being that dopey dude. Do you know what I would do if I were him? I would run to that Cleveland Browns organization and go, listen, guys. And it would also send good vibes on this. Watch. Hey, if you guys need a quarterback, I'm here for you. Since you're paying me $18 million, let me go out with that team and let's see if we can win some ball games. Instead of doing this, now, let's all move. Why would you do that? Plus, it shows that you're a good teammate. You are humbled. Other organizations, if they look at Jalen because of all those intangibles, how would that look at? He buried the hatchet, something he can't do and hasn't done in Cleveland. If he went to the Browns and said, look, if you need me, I'm here. To me, you always have to be worried about the next job you get. And when you're putting your feet in cement instead of in sand, not giving yourself enough latitude, you're pigeonholing yourself in an opportunity for opportunities. He shouldn't be doing that. If I was his agent, I'd say, hey, look, man, any team that comes calling, you should jump at the opportunity. There's only 32 of these jobs in the world. And you telling one team in the NFL, go pound sand, when nobody has really made any kind of movement towards you, and we're talking about 18 million, and we're saying Jalen's value is 25? Shit, man. That guy needs to reevaluate who he is. It's too late for Baker. Nothing's too late, dude, when you're paying a guy $18 million. The Browns got to pay that money whether he plays or not. That money's guaranteed. So what the hell? I already bought the Seattle Mayfield jersey. $50 million, no less. You're going to pay Jalen. Inflation is part of the equation. Okay, inflation. So we're adding inflation. We're adding Joe Biden's inflation into Jalen Hurts' new salary. Let's see. Well, if we're adding that inflation in, he's $60 million a year. Okay. Oh, man. Holy cow, man. So, okay. So 25 million is his market value. It ain't 40. Now, let me ask you this. If you put this quarterback on the market, could you get a first rounder for him? Would you want to start your franchise with him? Here, you're Carolina. Would you make a trade for Jalen Hurts as your starting quarterback and build the team around him? Would you give up a first-round draft choice for him? Mansa, negative. Maybe a second. This is some franchise guy. Maybe a fifth. Not a one. Maybe a fifth. If Devontae Smith, Slay, Bradbury, and a solid running game aren't signed long-term, I can't offer Jalen more than $16 a year. So you're going to pay your wide receiver more than your starting quarterback? You think Carolina would give up a first-round draft choice for Jalen Hurts? I think they'd rather go in the draft. Why would I? Hey, the quarterbacks that are coming out next year, Carolina's going to suck. Why would I do that when I could get a rookie quarterback on a rookie deal and go with a guy who's really an arm? Why would I do that? I'm not giving up a one for him. That's a great comment there by Xander. So you think of a team right now called the Eagles right now and said they were giving up a one for Jalen today, you think Howie would jump on that? Say Carolina called up and said, how about this? Nah, the Browns can't because they don't have any ones. Carolina, I don't want to pay the $18 million. I'll give you the one. Jalen's making 1.1 right now. We can renegotiate a deal for him in the offseason. Get the quarterback on a $1.1 million deal. Do you think Carolina would give up a first-round draft choice for that guy instead of going into the draft next year? I don't think so. I think Howie would jump on it. You don't think Howie wrote, if a team called the Eagles and said, I'll give you a one for Jalen, wouldn't take it, you're high. You are high. Okay? He couldn't hang up quick enough. Yes. I got you on tape, too. Nobody's giving a one up for him. 2, 5, a 1. That would give us 3 ones. Hell yeah. That call would last 20 seconds, Big Sarge says. No, Dan. 3 firsts again next year. Yeah, baby. You know what, though? I'm liking how you guys are thinking. Okay? That tells me down deep in your heart you're doing this. You like the kid a lot. You think the kid's got potential. You think the kid, all kidding aside, you think the guy can really play well. But if I get an opportunity to have 3 ones next year with all those guys and I could parlay it and getting up in there where I could talk maybe C.J. Stroud or that kid from Kentucky, now we're talking about a different animal, right? Hey, all kidding aside, man, Tyler Van Dyke's got a lot to prove too. Okay? He's got a lot to prove, man. Those other guys, man, kind of show you already. When you look at them guys, you're like this. Those guys look like pro dudes. C.J. Stroud is the only Ohio State quarterback I've seen where I went like this. Maybe. I've never said a positive thing about one Ohio State quarterback ever. And one of the worst things, and honestly, when I was hired to come on this network, I went on with the Birds. I can't remember which guy was in love with Justin Fields. First thing he said, guy ran a 4.3. I went, who cares? Think Tom Brady ran a 5.3 or some shit. I don't care about how fast he is. I'm not trying to put a 4x100 relay team together. Trying to find an NFL quarterback that could throw the pill. Yeah, Nathan, you want to hear something? In the 150 years of the Ohio State football program, name me one quarterback that was worth the shit. 150 years. I'll wait. Not too long, though, because you don't have to look long. There's not one guy that they've ever produced where you went, man, that guy is sensational. What a great – there's more quarterbacks that come out of Purdue than out of Ohio State. Greasy, Breeze, Jim Everett. I go down the list. They got a boatload of kids that have played at that program that start at the NFL level. Ohio State has none. None. Carlos, what do you think of Bryce Young, Dan? I think he's a little frail. I think he's a little dude, but hey, he's so young. Let's see what he looks like this year. I'll tell you what, man. I'm going to tell you something about Bryce Young that I was impressed with. There's two games. The Auburn game and the Southeastern Conference Championship game. That kid showed some freaking mettle in that SEC title game. He got knocked around by Georgia, man, and that kid showed a lot of mettle in that game. I like that. He doesn't get rattled, okay? And I like him. He just needs to get a little bigger. Now, in today's NFL, man, it's different. You don't get to hit these quarterbacks. You don't get to hit them. But he's a winner, man. Okay? Hey, watch this. You know those question marks? You know those question marks that they had about Nakobe Dean? You know, size? One of the things that when I mentioned it to Xander goes, he's kind of small when we were talking about him pre-draft. 215, 220, not the biggest dude on the planet. And that's why they kind of worried about his injuries and such. Okay? Same thing here. Bryce Young may fall down to the Eagles. He may be right there. Depending on the season. They win 13 games. They'll be nowhere in shouting distance to get that kid. But if they win 13 ball games, this is a moot conversation too. Who played quarterback if you trade Hurts? I'm all right with Gardner Minshew. As a bridge quarterback, I don't have a problem with him. Bridge quarterback to get me to the draft next year, they could win games with him. Kid's got to not turn the ball over. Sileo does speak the language of hope, intangibles, metal, spirit, good head on shoulders, moxie. That's because he's exhibited that in games. That's not the only thing that Bryce Young has, though. Bryce Young didn't lose his job at Alabama. Bryce Young won a national championship. Bryce Young did win an SEC title. Bryce Young did win the Heisman. Okay? Jalen, we'll see. If you have those intangibles and you're winning, you're Tom Brady. If the only thing we start with is, hey, he shows up on time, media loves him, hey, he's a good dude, and you're not talking to me like this, he's accurate, he makes receivers better, then that's not really, those intangibles don't matter on the left side of the ledger. They don't matter. Eagles trading Hurts to the Browns for Mayfield. I'm not interested in that. I wouldn't be interested in that. Hasn't been in the postseason NFL game. Hey, M. Reyes. Jalen was too, I think. Or he was stood back there. John says he ain't no bridge quarterback. Okay, well, that's what he's labeled as. Always looking at the next. You should be. Look at what Jay says. Look at JC here. Put that up there. Put that up there, Xander. Always looking at the girl next door. You just defined every general manager in the NFL today. And you're making a lot of money in the NFL. They're looking to replace you with someone cheaper. Then again, that's any business. That's any business. Once you start making a shitload of money in the NFL and your production value is at a point where a GM can think he can get somebody cheaper and have him on a rookie deal, they'll jettison your ass. Welcome to the NFL, JC. He's like, because she's hotter too. Sometimes. Sometimes it's easier. Remember, comfort zone. Half the league's undrafted or low draft choices. Not everybody could be making big money. Howie said, happy wife, happy life. That's totally my story. Unless you're Watson, good night. Hey, guys, man. Hey, I'll tell you one more time about Deshaun. I don't know. I think he's got the goods on the Texans. And I think that's why the NFL is nervous. I do. I think that's why the NFL didn't suspend him and put him on the commissioner's exempt list last year. Because his attorney has the goods on the Texans. And he's going to keep quiet. Because you don't want to turn this into the NFL and the Texans versus Deshaun. Because he may have the goods on them. They gave me the girls. They recommended the girls. Oh, okay. Who? Why can't Sills see that Hurts can be the guy? Because I haven't seen it yet. This is I don't think he has a skill set to do it. Where are you seeing it from? What game stood out where you went, that's the guy? What game was that? Give me one game where you went, that's the guy. One game. I saw Justin Herbert in his first start versus the Kansas City Chiefs, and I went, holy shit, this guy's going to be a star. I needed 4 quarters to watch him. I was like, wow. YouTube. Saints. Didn't they run the ball 38 times in that game? Ugh. All right. This is a great topic. I can't remember who put this out there. No, I'm going to save that to the other side here. Oh, yeah. For Jimmy Garoppolo. I still can't get over that Jimmy Garoppolo thing. Garoppolo's not as good as Jalen. Where do you see that? What in your right mind, where are you getting that from? What thing are you saying? He even threw 7 picks last year. I couldn't. Hey, I got people. Usually see people on my Twitter going, typical. He's just not a believer. Dude, I got you guys winning a lot of games this year. Oh, yeah. Hold on here. Dang it. Yep. Phone's just going off the hook over here, man. I gotta. Yeah, let's see. Let's see here. Tyler asked me for this, man. And so I'm working on it. Get Carolina. I know David Tepper. Make a call in there. I made a call into Doug Williams. Doug's been on the show. He's the director of player personnel for the Washington Commanders. So Washington is wanting to meet Tyler too. So got that, the Giants. Where else do you think I should send Tyler? Okay. Where else? Where do you guys think I should send Tyler Van Dyke? I've got Carolina, Washington, and the Giants. Where do you think? Let's see where else. Detroit. Chris Spielman. I'll call Chris. Yeah, I'm trying to set some things up for the kid here. Yeah. Wait, Sills. How do you say the Eagles will win the NFC Championship? I told you, John, because I think you guys have improved so much on your offense. And by the way, John, I've laid it out for you. You have the best O-line. You have the 5th best tight end. You have a playmaking top 10 wide receiver who makes $100 million. You have a defense. Your defensive line is ranked in the top 10. Your secondary is ranked in the top 12. You've made all of these improvements all around him. And if he plays to what he played to last year, because the NFC is where it is, it's not that I think that the Eagles have improved so much and so dramatically. I think everybody in the NFC has shit the bed. Dallas has gotten weaker. The Packers got weaker. The Buccaneers got older. The Rams are still the Rams. That's why. And that's how I've laid it out for you. Quarterbacks, Ryan Tannehill is not elite, but he's led a team to the number 1 seed in the AFC. Ryan Tannehill could do it. Jalen could do it. I don't think shit of Ryan Tannehill. But he won without Derrick Henry. He won with A.J. Brown missing ball games last year. So am I ripping on Ryan when I say, hey, Ryan, congratulations. That's a hell of a job you did. Is that a rip on Ryan Tannehill? Tannehill was the number 1 seed in the AFC. You think he's in the same category as Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow? Or Justin Herbert or some of these other guys in the AFC? Come on, man. This is not a shit on Jalen. This is more of, that guy's not an elite guy. You don't have a quarterback. Like Ryan Tannehill's not going to throw you out of problems if he gets down in games. He's not. That guy's not going to get you out of trouble. But he's efficient enough to keep you in ball games and win. Okay? I think you got a Super Bowl roster. I've laid it out for you. Just because I don't think that guy's the guy, that don't mean you guys ain't going far. I have you going far this year. I actually have you doing some things. I don't think much of the NFC. I think if you were in the AFC, you'd have problems. You would have huge problems. By the way, I'll say this to you. That Eagle team better not get behind early in ball games because they will not come from behind. They don't have comeback capabilities. They haven't had it in 2 years. That's why. Ryan Tannehill, Jimmy G. Not as accomplished as Garoppolo, but okay. Yeah. Logan goes, how do you explain Josh Allen year 3? I'm going to tell you, Logan, what Shady McCoy said about Josh Allen the first practice he saw him. And I'm going to take Shady McCoy's opinion when he was in Buffalo. He said, when I saw him throw the ball the first practice, I knew he was special. He goes, I knew that it might not be this year, but it's going to be. Do you say that about Jalen Hurts that, hey, I know he's going to be special like Josh Allen? Really? When did you ever say that? What moment gave you that? That's why I say you can win with him. You can win with him. It's not a rip, man. I say the same thing about Ryan Tannehill. Garoppolo, too. Cousins. These guys aren't elite, but you can win with them. You can win. Let me take a time out here, okay? Hey, don't forget Morgan & Morgan, our friends there. You're in the market right now looking for an attorney. It's one of the most important things that you can do for you and your family if you're hurt or injured on the job. For the people, not a slogan. This is who they are. For the past 30 years, they've collected over $13.5 billion for their clients when they are looking for settlements. Morgan & Morgan does this. There's no such thing as a fender bender. They're the biggest attorney firm in the United States of America with over 800 attorneys strong. They're ready to do battle for you. That's right. All across the country. And offices in Philly and in New York and in Florida. They're ready to go to battle for you, man. Call them at 800-512-1600. That's 800-512-1600. The call is free. The consultation is free. 800-512-1600. Hey, open 24/7, 7 days a week. And when you call Morgan & Morgan, do me a favor. Tell them Big Sills sent you.
After a car crash, the big insurance companies you see advertising on TV, they may try to downplay your case and might say it's only a fender bender or it's just a herniated disc. I worry that some law firms fall for this BS. Not us. We put ourselves in your shoes and ask, what would it be like to be in your pain for the rest of our lives? $1 million wouldn't be enough for me. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. ForThePeople.com.
Action News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community, a sports roundup for the locals, and the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really, don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama, go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Big Sills, National Football Show. Please hit the like button. Hour 3, Merrill Reese, the legendary voice of the Philadelphia Eagles, will join us at 5:30 Eastern Time. Spirited. Love the debate. I love the folks that go over to my Twitter page and go, who's Sileo? Never heard of him. Who cares what he says? Then why are you here? I don't answer those any longer. I only answer to you guys. Okay? I love it. Oh, it's wonderful. You see, I don't personally care if you like me or not. I care you react, and we have a good debate going back and forth. Okay? And I shouldn't say that because I do kind of care. You know, I like to have a little Sills army and all that. I do. I do. And I really love what we've created. And I shouldn't say that. Maybe it was that's a radio kind of comment. I'll take that back. Yeah, I'll walk that one back. Okay. Big Sills, Sweat is getting progressively worse. Can I tell you something, Eastside Monster? I think Sweat is a situational player. I don't think he's an every down guy. I don't think he's an every. I do, Jeremiah. I do care. I do. I walked it back. I said I did. Hey, Eastside Monster, do you agree with me when I say that about Sweat? I think he's a situational player, man. Like, I wouldn't play him every down. I'd play him on third down. I think he's probably, you know what? I'll tell you this. Chris, you didn't even follow me on Twitter. Hey, Chris. Okay. Come on, bro. I meant literally your Sweat. Jeez, Xander's laughing at me right now. Man, watch this. Okay, Eastside Monster just did this to Big Sills. Ready? That thing out of my mouth. I love my boy, Jalen. He's the best, and I'm going to defend him to the core. You got to come up with a song. I love Jalen. There's like a battle theme or something, man. I don't know, man. It's crazy. I devout follow Jalen Hurts to the end of the earth because I couldn't stand Carson Wentz in his wormy ways, in his loser ways, and his quitting ways. I love Jalen Hurts. Amen. I love you, Jalen. Let's talk Gainwell. Who? Hey, dog. Let's talk Gainwell. You see what Carlos says? What do you think I'm Anton? And let's talk right guard. Don't quit your day job. Michael, how dare you goof on my... I was in a choir. All praise Jalen. Amen. I salute my guy. I love my guy. He's my friend, Jalen. Amen. You love Kenny Gainwell. Who's that? Who? Who? You got a kid named Boston somewhere too, right? Who? Boo-hoo generation. You don't follow me. You don't like me. How come you don't like me? I don't know. Don't get Sills stroking his Jimmy Johnson. Sills had his dad jokes. He's a jolly good rusher. Nobody can deny that. Hey, wait a minute. Hey, Kenny Gainwell, is that his name? He's a jolly good rusher. Are you talking reindeers? What are you talking, reindeers? What's the new topic? Here we go. Thank you, Eastside Monster. Finally, somebody lures me back in, waiting for my producer, but I'm sure he's laughing his ass off after the Sweat comment. All right. Here we go. This is really good. I can't remember which one of you, Stonad, said this, but I think this was a great topic. You think Jalen Hurts would get further if Doug Peterson was the head coach? You think he would have progressed more if Doug had still remained as head coach? Xander says yes. Would we be having a completely different conversation about Jalen if an experienced offensive staff, let's play the game too. Frank Reich was in the building. Say Frank and Doug were in the building and he had the same coaching that Wentz had. With those two, do you think that Jalen would be talking truly about maybe a $40 million a year guy? Go watch Jalen Hurts versus Arizona his rookie season. Best passing game I've ever seen Hurts have. Obviously, Doug was his coach. No, Doug didn't even want him. Mike, I don't know that to be true. He tried to remain as loyal as he could to Wentz. That's why. And if I was the head coach, I would have remained as loyal as I possibly could, as long as I could to Wentz. But the same thing that Mike Vrabel had to do. Do you know how much Mike Vrabel really liked Marcus Mariota in Tennessee? He loved him. All the reports that I have, one of the hardest things that Mike Vrabel had to do was pull Mariota out of the starting lineup. It just wasn't happening. They had made the deal in the offseason to bring Tannehill up. Nobody thought Ryan Tannehill was ever going to be the starting quarterback. And he went there on a $5 million deal. He now makes $31 million a year. Nobody thought that. But Vrabel had to pull him. And at the very end, he goes, look, for the betterment of the team, I got to get you out of here, and we got to give Ryan Tannehill a chance. And then the rest is history. They moved him, and that was that. Vrabel was as loyal as he possibly could be to Marcus Mariota. You want to remain and have that relationship with your starter. Doug definitely didn't want Rager, but I'm not sure about Jalen. But that's not the point in Philly. The head coach has no say on personnel. So if you know that dynamic, you guys are bringing up something that's not part of the equation when considering coaching a player in Philly. You have no say on who's on the roster. Shit, you don't have say who's playing Sunday. So why would that matter if Doug wanted him or not? It wouldn't. You know what the dynamic is in Philly. The personnel is handled by the personnel staff and Howie Roseman. Plain and simple. Whether you want him or not is not the point. Shit, the new head coach had to beg for Zach Pascal. They had to beg for him. Doug got done dirty. And again, do you think that Jalen Hurts would be a better passing quarterback today? Okay, how about that? Like, do you think he'd be a better passing quarterback if Doug Peterson had remained as head coach? Hey, guys, how do you know it's not Sirianni and his coaching staff that are holding this kid back? I don't even know that. Well, because they won some games by doing what? How about this? Let me throw this at you. You think you got to be a brilliant head coach to go like this when you're 2-5? Hey, throwing the ball ain't working. What's the one thing we do best? Shit, Xander and I could figure that out at a bar drinking beers. We got to stop throwing it. You think that took some gigantic, watch this. You think that took some gigantic, all of a sudden, epiphany by the head coach to go, hey, we got to change this up. We got to change this up. They even changed play callers. You think there's any coincidence that the play calling of the team turned the team around when it went to a different dude? The question would be asked again. Does Jalen have, hey, how about this? To throw this into the conversation even more so, Carlos, think of this. Is this the worst coaching staff that Jalen Hurts has had since he's been a quarterback at any level? To me, let's just put it here. At minimum, it's training wheels. Inexperienced. At minimum, it's inexperience. Alabama, you had the best coordinators, best players. Shit, there was a season that he had Judy, a freshman Devontae Smith, Calvin Ridley, Lane Kiffin as his coordinator, Steve Sarkisian, Nick Saban. That's some pretty fair coaches there and talent. The best Jalen Hurts ever had was in Bama. You had Judy, Ridley, and Devontae, and the coaching staff, who all have head coaching jobs somewhere else now. Oklahoma, you had Lincoln Riley. Lincoln Riley, according to your boys WIP, was in line to be the Eagle coach. And now he's got a training wheel staff. So when someone goes, hey, you think Jalen would be better if he had Doug Peterson as his coach? Absolutely. And he'd be coached by a professional who cut his teeth under Andy Reid. Gee, there's something about that whole thing. Andy Reid, Doug Peterson, and Howie Roseman. It's like a weirdo triangle that all goes back to Philly. It's weird. Andy believed that he needed to do things his way. Doug believed he needed to do things his way. Howie believed that he needed to do things his way. So you know what Howie Roseman did? He's not having any Chip Kelly shit anymore in his life. He got a guy in there that he could tell what to do every day. That's not coaching, friends. That's babysitting. He babysits his roster. I wonder what happened. Hey, I'll tell you this. I wonder if this went down. You think Howie Roseman told the head football coach to pass his play calling duties down to the OC? Do you really think a brand new head coach who's known for play calling when he was at Indianapolis, all of a sudden is just going to surrender the play calling so he could be a what? Better coach? Then what the hell are you in the room for? You know, I always said this about Mike McCarthy in Dallas. Mike McCarthy was a play caller in Green Bay. Wasn't it weird that the Cowboys, the only guy they kept on the coaching staff and kept it intact was Kellen Moore? They never got rid of Kellen Moore because Dak liked him and likes him. So they kept Kellen Moore. What's Mike McCarthy's job? Big Sills, who's the best quarterback Bama's produced? Namath, Oklahoma. Kyler Murray. Hey, $40 million. Does it sound right? I think Howie likes to get good potentials even at coach. Sydney, here's the problem with that take. You're in the NFL, dude. This is the pros. You don't have training wheel opportunities. I thought that was for the college level. Why would you hire a coach with no experience? No experience in play calling of RPOs. To be a kid's first head coach in the NFL or a second. Why? Hey, the question could, maybe we have been asking the wrong thing here. Think about it for a second. How much is Jalen going to improve? I don't know. How much is the head coach going to improve? How much is the play calling and the offense going to improve? That offense last year was like a old 1990s Big Ten offense. 3 yards in a cloud of dust. It's like a Woody Hayes offense. Casually throw the ball on third down. You're constantly third and long. I actually thought Wentz would still be here last year. Howie didn't want it. The general manager has not gotten a quarterback right since he's been the GM. Fact. Isn't that crazy? Howie's pretty much got every single position right except that position, the most important position. The Eagles cannot evaluate the quarterback spot. Or how about this? Better yet, that's too dramatic. They struggle at it. Cal goes like this. Wentz is trash, okay? And here you are still talking about your quarterback position 4 years later. Xander goes, he didn't get the wide receiver position right, too. Yeah, the two positions that you have to move the chains in your offense, he can't get right. Wide out and quarterback. And by the way, how do we know that some of the wide receivers that they've had in here were not actually pretty good, but because you didn't get the quarterback position right? Howie's made mistakes at each position before. He understands. Now he's got to crush the quarter. Now he's got to. Seth, we should have kept Doug P to train and help Hurts. No clue what Siri, Stickin, and Brian Johnson could do with him. I know Doug can develop quarterbacks. Thank you very much, Seth. Seth, it's been a constant. Watch this. Do you know the only things that have changed in Philadelphia in the last 20 years has been the names? Here, let me ask you guys, how long have you guys been talking about shitty wideouts and bad quarterback play? How long have you been talking about it? Last 20 years. 16 of those 20 years, would you say that's been about those scenarios? Suspect quarterback play and shitty wideouts. How much of that is coaching? How much of that is actually coaching? You know, what Doug P and what Frank did with that Super Bowl team is even more remarkable. You got a backup quarterback. You had players who wanted to play when they felt like it at wideout. You got the best out of Jeffries. You got the best out of some of them guys. And after that, it shit the bed. You got as far as you could get with the players that you had in the building. It was not sustainable because it wasn't drafted benchmark talent. They weren't core group guys. Seth goes 20 years. So you were still talking about the same shit? You guys have really been talking about this like this for 20 years. Ford says AJ Brown will teach Sirianni. That's one thing that I will give you, Forte, is that the one thing Sirianni does have, he's open to listening. Andy Reid nailed the quarterback position in Patrick Mahomes. Actually, Greg, that was John Dorsey. John Dorsey's the one that found him at Texas Tech. So when you say that, he's the guy that found him and then told Andy about him. And when Andy saw him on film, liked him. So it was actually John Dorsey who brought Patrick Mahomes to his attention. Patrick Mahomes was not found by Andy Reid. Okay? As a matter of fact, one of the problems that the Kansas City Chiefs is going through right now is because Andy Reid has more autonomy when it comes to the personnel department in Kansas City. And as you could see, it's gone backwards. They have no running attack whatsoever. It's play to factor and play action pass for Patrick Mahomes big time. And they're not able to sustain drives in the red zone. They don't have red zone offense because they don't have a running game. I mean, some coaches are great play callers. Pretty sure it was Andy trading up for him, though. That's actually not what I said. I actually said John Dorsey brought Andy to brought Patrick Mahomes to his attention. And that's where it went from there. And Andy liked him after that, saw it, believed in it. That's why he kept Alex Smith in the loop, told Alex what was going down because he liked him. I'm not saying John Dorsey had more say in the building than what Andy Reid had. I'm saying that he found him at Texas Tech. That's the facts. And by the way, the same guy who went into Cleveland and built that roster to where you see the best O-line or second best O-line in the NFL, Miles Garrett and all those other guys that they've brought in, that was also John Dorsey. Cal goes, where's the list? We've done the list. Doug didn't develop Foles. No, Frank Reich did. Foles was a veteran already. Yeah, and you know what you had in that dynamic, though? Look at what he says here. 215 goes like this. Doug didn't develop Foles. You know how that thing played out? You had the backup quarterback as head coach. You had the backup quarterback as your OC. You had a backup quarterback finish the job in Philly. You don't think there was a great relationship in the building knowing that all three guys knew exactly what everybody was going through and thinking and feeling? You don't think there was part of that? All three of those guys being backups. Everyone said we can't get it done. Everybody believing that we weren't going to get it done. And those three guys all worked together because they were all three backups. They weren't stars. None of those guys were stars. Doug Peterson, all them guys. Funny. I showed you the picture over there. Misak and Doug Peterson in the World League. This guy was a journeyman quarterback. Foles was good under Chip Kelly. Right? And we're living with grandbabies of Reich. Great relationship, of course. Foles threw 7 touchdowns in one game under Andy Reid. Yeah, and then when he left the area code of Philadelphia, he shit the bed. Green Bay gets the quarterback position right, Sills. Greg, not really. Prior to Favre, I mean, we're talking Lynn Dickey, Don Mukowski. We're talking dudes from star to Favre, there was a big gap. Yes, the last 30 years, they've gotten the position right. But they're back to that a little bit with this Jordan Love guy. If Jordan Love was ready to be the starting quarterback in Green Bay, don't you think he'd be there by now? They know he's a bust. All right, guys, I'm past my post. Let me get a break in here. Don't forget, Merrill Reese. Hey, Danny D, thank you for coming aboard and being a new member. Please hit the like button. Merrill Reese will join us at 5:30 Eastern, hour 3. Appreciate you coming aboard. Keep it here on the National Football Show.
News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community. A sports roundup for the locals. And the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, I go to left, fake a mom. Mama go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Get that pipe. Get that pipe. Hour 3, National Football Show. It's your boy, Big Sills. Thank you guys so much for coming aboard. Merrill, Reese, 5:30 Eastern Time. By the way, I know it's working. I know it's working. Xander, you see my Twitter page? Oh, my God. If you want true and accurate coverage, John McMullen's your guy, not this buffoon Sileo. Oh, my God. This is, it's wonderful. Thank you. I'm getting a little emotional here. Oh. Oof, little emotional. Like Ali says, I know it must be working now. Well, you know, it just seems, don't you agree? It just seems a little bit that I have this propensity to get under, I don't know, people's skin. And my aunt gets a little bit aggravated because she thinks you guys get really upset. Oh, it's Xander. She thinks you get upset too. Xander tells me every day some really great things, and I won't say it because he don't like it. But yeah, no, my aunt's like, do they like it? It's so good. Yeah. I might have to have Xander talk to my aunt a little bit. Christopher says, hey, Dan, glad I can join you live. My work hours are crazy, so I don't get to make any statements live because I always listen to your show a day late, but what I wanted to comment. Christopher, thank you so much for coming aboard, man. I appreciate that. It's really kind of you, brother. Oh, okay. Well, yeah, looks like that's it. All right. Dan Hot Take Sileo. Keyword. Wentz got traded because he shit the bed. Thank you. You can't offend us, Sills. You're all good. Thank you, Paul. You're good, man. You're good people. Excellent. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Paulie Walnuts. So again, our topic that we threw out there earlier to you. Okay? The National Button-Up Shirt Show. My daughter hates this. She does. She hates this. Don't have Lenny talk to your aunt. No. My aunt screamed at me out. Hey, by the way, so you know, my aunt screamed at me after that interview with Lenny Dykstra. I almost threw up. I couldn't take this guy was filthy. He was disgusting. I go, you should have seen Xander's face. We were both going, okay. Yeah, it'll be a one-time appearance fee. And it's on me, man. Oh, Madon. Yeah, no. He ain't, I don't think, I don't know. I don't agree with your views on Hurts. Kyle, what view don't you like about my view on Jalen? What's the view you don't like about him? That, hey, good, I'll address it. Eastside Monster goes, Sills, what'd you say on Twitter? No, I didn't say it. Xander did. Xander posted something. JAKIB Media posted something. I didn't. Well, in theory, I said it. But they posted something, and yeah. It was on them. They posted it. I didn't, I didn't say he was a top-tier quarterback. Sounds like I missed a great interview. Steve, I don't know about great. Okay, I don't know about great. Yeah, I don't know about great. What's the one thing that I have said about Jalen that you think is wrong? You are You are wishy-washy. What does that actually mean? Wishy-washy with Hurts. You think he can take the Birds to the Super Bowl, but you also call him a backup quarterback. It's what I call Ryan Tannehill, too. I think Ryan Tannehill could take the Titans to the Super Bowl. Okay? That's right there. Jalen Hurts, 4,200 yards passing. That's where you get me. That I don't believe in. Okay? That I don't believe in. Do I think Ryan Tannehill can take the Titans to the Super Bowl? I do. I do. Do I think he's elite? No. Do I think Jimmy Garoppolo could take a team to a Super Bowl? Well, he has. Do I think Jared Goff could take a team to a Super Bowl? He has. Are they elite? Here, that's a great comment. Here, watch this. So Jimmy G, Jared Goff, Foles, let's use those three. One guy's an MVP. Foles, Jimmy G, Goff. You think those guys are elite? Not in your life. Did they help take their team to a Super Bowl? Absolutely. I think you guys have that you have to have an elite quarterback to win a Super Bowl. These guys right here prove you don't have to. So what you're saying, now I'm getting it. Maybe it just hasn't landed right for me. Maybe for me now here. You guys want to have an elite quarterback carry you to the Super Bowl, and yet you've never had one. McNabb. And yet these other guys who weren't elite, Foles included, Foles, every place he's gone, he's totally been terrible. So, I mean, wishy-washy, I don't think you're listening. I said that guy will never be an elite quarterback in the National Football League, and he's not a $40 million a year guy. But neither is Foles, Jimmy G, or Jared Goff. Goff's overpaid at $33.5. Everyone knows that. How is that wish? What have I said that's not true? Christopher goes, they are not elite, but Foles won because of their team. Garoppolo and Goff too. They got the Super Bowls. All three of these quarterbacks got the Super Bowl. I would never call them upper tier quarterbacks, but I would never call them lower tier guys. I think these guys are really good players, but I wouldn't call them elite ever. What's the disconnect there? Your guy can be in that category with Goff, Jimmy G, and Foles. You have a problem with me putting him in that category? You think I'm going to put him in the Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, and Justin Herbert crew? Never happen. He'll never be those guys. But if he's in the Foles is an MVP. Foles, Jimmy G, and Jared Goff group. What's your problem as long as you get to the game and win it? You want to get there with Prince Charming. I see it. You didn't get there with Prince Charming last time and win it. So why now? What's the difference? Because you like the kid? Who cares? Rex Grossman, another guy. Excellent. Who did that? Dank. What'd you call Rex? Hey, Dank, am I right? Did that team go 15-1? Dank, did that Lovie Smith team go 15-1 or 14-2 with him as the quarterback? I think they went 14-2, right? Something like that. If I'm not mistaken, I think they had a spectacular record, and the Colts beat them. So Rex Grossman, Nick Foles, Jimmy Garoppolo, and Jared Goff all went to Super Bowls. And those are not elite guys. I put Jalen in that group. Shit, you know what? Here's the thing. I hope Jalen gets into that group. I hope he gets into that group. That group all led teams to Super Bowls. I could have swore the Bears were 15-1 that year or 14-2, some crazy number like that. Kurt Warner's a Hall of Fame player. Kurt Warner took 2 different teams to Super Bowls. I wouldn't consider him a lower tier dude. Okay? I mean, so has that I think there we go. I think that's the disconnect here. You guys want to go to the Super Bowl with Prince Charming, and you don't have Prince Charming. It's okay. The rest of your team's loaded. And that's why you guys, I'm just realizing it now because I guess I'm not having this land right. Rex Grossman, Nick Foles, Garoppolo, Goff, they all did it. Jalen can do it. That's why when you guys say this, Sills, how can you say that we're going to go to the NFC Championship game and you don't really think much of that there? And I'm going, well, this is a good football team. This football team, in my opinion, has upgraded almost at every single position. And I love what the roster looks like right now. I really do, man. I mean, the one thing I'll say, and I'm going to get Merrill Reese on here in a second here, because I'll tell you what, like I said, and we went over this topic a couple days ago when we were talking about this football team versus that 17 football team. But I want to get onto our friend right now, and I want to go to Merrill Reese right now and have Merrill jump aboard with us if we can here. We'll get him back here in a second here. We'll get our friend here in a second and see if we can get him back on here and get our friend up and running here. Hey, Merrill, how you doing, my friend?
Good, Dan. Nice to hear from you.
You bet. Hopefully you're going to have yourself a great 4th of July. By the way, we were just talking about this roster here, and I got to tell you here, the one thing that concerns me still is the ability for them as coaches to take this team to the next level. Everything is in place. The best O-line in the NFL. They've upgraded on defense. Give me your assessment of how you see this coaching staff. Because again, you know, Merrill, they always say this, Jalen has to improve. Jalen has to do this. Well, that 2017 team had Jim Schwartz, a former head coach, as DC. They had Frank Reich as the offensive coordinators doing a great job at Indianapolis. And they had Doug Peterson. That was a very experienced coaching staff versus this coaching staff. Again, that's something to keep an eye on, I think, going into this season.
Well, I think it's a good coaching staff. And I think that Nick Sirianni has done a great job of putting the right culture around this team. I mean, there's a wonderful feeling among these players. And they like him, and they respect him. And he has some very, very good coaches at key positions. I mean, you talked about the offensive line. I don't think I have been around in my Eagles career a better offensive line coach than Jeff Stoutland. There was a very, very good one also in Juan Castillo, and some others over the years who were pretty good, but not a better one than Jeff Stoutland. And that is a key position. And there are other members of the staff who grew, and they here's something interesting. Jalen Hurts is going into his 5th offensive coordinator in 5 years. Well, actually, this will be only the first time he's played for the same offensive coordinator 2 years in a row. But prior to that, going back to college, he played for 5 different offensive coordinators in 5 years. I mean, that's tough, man. That's really, really tough. And here's a kid who worked harder than anybody, who went out to California, worked with some passing gurus, including Tom House, and they love what they see of him. And I think he is a big key. But I think Nick Sirianni grew with the job last year. And you have other experienced coaches like Aaron Moorhead. He's been around as a wide receiver coach. He's done a great job. Shane Steichen has done a good job as a young offensive coordinator. Jonathan Gannon has the horses this year. See, you look at Jonathan Gannon and what he did and didn't do last year, keep in mind, he didn't have all the pieces. He had injuries on the defensive line. He had a lack, well, he did not have a top quality linebacking staff. Now you add to that linebacking staff Nakobe Dean, and you add to that defensive line Jordan Davis. I mean, those are big additions. I know you probably agree with this. I always look at the lines first. I'd rather have a great offensive line and a pretty good quarterback than a great quarterback and a disastrous offensive line. And this team starts with the lines, and they have players in backup positions on both the offensive and the defensive lines who can start for other teams. And another revelation is that Brandon Graham, who went down with the Achilles tendon last year, which usually takes a full year to recover, and then you see Brandon Graham, I just saw him Monday at a golf tournament. Brandon Graham has felt perfect. I mean perfect since March. He has no lingering pain. They safely kept him out just for safety's sake from the minicamp or the OTAs, but he is ready to go, and he's an inspiring player. So you look at that defensive line. They are something, and so is the offensive line.
I've got 4 questions here for you, Merrill. I want to get your spin on them here. Will the Eagles have 2,000-yard wide receivers this year?
They should. And of course, there's only one football, but Devontae Smith is wonderful, and so is A.J. Brown. Both of them are capable of bettering that, yes.
Miles Sanders, do you think he has 1,000 yards rushing?
Depending on the injury situation. Miles is a 1,000-yard rushing talent. Plus, and 1,000 yards isn't what it once was in a 14 or 16 game schedule. 1,000 yards today is just okay. So Miles Sanders could be a 12 to 1,400 yard rusher if he stays healthy. He has had injury problems in the past, but you have Boston Scott, who can spell him. You have Kenneth Gainwell, who can come in. They picked up some people in free agency. We'll find out about that after non-drafted free agents. But does he have 1,000-yard plus talent? The answer is absolutely yes.
Do you think this defense, which only had 29 sacks a year ago, can be a top 10 team in sacks? They did have, I didn't realize this, Merrill, 2020, they had 52 sacks. So there is capability there. Maybe it was just different scheme last year, but do you think this team could get themselves back into being a top 10 sack front seven?
I don't know. I mean, your guess is as good as mine, but remember this. We talk about your old friend Jerome Brown at the University of Miami, and Bud Carson. I still remember Bud Carson telling me that Jerome Brown had as much to do with the sack totals of Reggie White and Clyde Simmons as anything, because he crushed the pocket and they came pouring in and cleaned things up. So you add Jordan Davis to the pocket crushing role, and then you still have a fresh Fletcher Cox to come in. I think they are certainly going to be more prolific in that category than they were last year.
Merrill, can you believe this past Saturday was 30 years that Jerome passed away?
No, I cannot. I still remember sitting at home and getting the call and jumping into my car and running down to Veterans Stadium then, where there was a Billy Graham concert going on where Reggie was appearing, just to see him and to get his reaction. But I can't believe it's 30 years. No, I can't. What a tragedy. A man who lived such a short life.
Boy, I'll tell you, Philly loved him too very much.
Oh,
Final question for you here.
But you know what? I think also having gone to the OTAs and sat in on some of the media conferences, they're going to love Jordan Dean. I mean, I knew what I loved of Jordan Dean watching him play for Georgia, obviously. But he stood up at the media conferences and, damn, this guy communicates. He's got charm. He's got a sense of humor. He loves the fans. They're going to love Jordan Dean. They're going to love Jordan Dean.
Yeah, I really love the kid too here. You think Jalen Hurts throws for over 4,000 yards?
You know, when you hit me with statistics, I'm at a bit of a because a lot of things depend on which way the Eagles go. If the Eagles are as good as we hope they are, they're going to run for a lot of yards. I mean, it's build a lead and run the ball. And this still, going back to last season, and I know the wide receiver talent, this is still set up to be a work the pass off the run rather than throw first and then run. So, and if they build leads, that's when you get all those rushing yards, when they're up by 10 points in the fourth quarter and they start running and pounding. And but you know what? He's capable of it. I think that Jalen Hurts is capable of throwing for a lot of yards, but he's also, that's going to minimize that a little bit. Keep him safe and healthy.
Hey, Merrill, finally here, I think it's going to be one of the most anticipating seasons that we've seen in a long time for this football team. I mean, you know, like you told me the last time you were on, there weren't really a lot of expectations in 17 for that football team because nobody really knew what they had. But when you start looking around the room, Merrill, I did this. Yep, according to Pro Football Focus, the fifth best tight end, the best O-line, one of the best duos ranked by Pro Football Focus and tight ends. You got one of the better defensive tackle combos, plus front sevens, and improved secondary and safety. I mean, there's a lot to be said about this year coming up. All right. I think we've lost our friend Merrill Reese there, man. I think he's soaking up the sun down there and on the shore there too. So we really appreciate him stepping in with us there. There is, man. I think there's a lot of excitement. I get it too. Jordan Davis. Hey, even legends always, legends get passes. Sills doesn't. Legends get passes. Always remember that, dude. Hey, and by the way, I just showed you a broadcasting tip. You know what that is, Steve? Never correct a legend. You correct stiffs. Okay? Sills will correct a stiff. You don't correct legends. Okay? You knew what he meant. I knew what he meant. Okay? You know what I'm saying, right? Always great to listen to Merrill. Hey, Eastside Monster. That's how I look at it too. Merrill can't do any wrong, man. You'll see me correct stiffs. Never somebody like him. It doesn't go down like that in my world, man. No way. Jordan Dean, hey, you know what? What if Jordan Dean turns out to be a great tandem? The Kobe Dean and Jordan Davis, man. We may be calling him that, Jordan Dean. I actually like that, man. Hey, I'm counting on Jordan. Watch this. I'm counting on Jordan Dean to have a great year too. Okay. Yeah. Hey, he's a unicorn. I'm all over that. Yeah. All good, man. Hey, Ryan, I love Merrill too. He's been calling games and he's been covering the Eagles for 50 plus years. Oh, we heard it here on Sills show first. Hey, I like that. Hey, Hugh, never going to get me ever talking or correcting Merrill Reese. I don't care what he says. Okay. A stiff may not come back on again. Like that dude in Houston talking to me about Deshaun Watson. The Kobe Davis is pretty good too. Jordan Dean, though, man. Hey, the Kobe Davis. Hey, we all love Jordan Dean. Hey, if Merrill said it, I'm in. If Merrill said Jordan Dean, I'm in. Hit the like button. Keep it right here on the National Football Show.
Action News at 11 with Rick Williams. It's the team you trust to bring it all together. The stories that impact your community. A sports roundup for the locals. And the AccuWeather forecast you depend on. Action News at 11 with Rick Williams.
All right, did you know I was the mommy slam dunk champion?
Really?
Yes, really don't sound so surprised.
Let's see it.
Oh, you're ready. All right, here we go. Let's hear the crowd. So go to right, go to left, fake a mom. Mama go up, mama!
She did it.
Again?
You can't avoid gravity, but United Healthcare can help you avoid financial surprises by helping you compare costs and doctor quality ratings. United Healthcare.
Uh-huh.
Field of life, First Trust Bank is there for you.
Champions on three. 1, 2, 3.
Because Philadelphia dreams deserve a Philadelphia bank.
Go for the midnight dares. Go for the game. Go for the hits. Go for the fans. Go for the win. Go to Ocean Casino Resort. Book your trip at theoceanac.com.
Big Sills National Football Show. Please hit the like button. Yeah, Kobe Dean. I like it. I like that one too. Jordan Dean. It's all good, man. That was good, though. I love listening to him. Jalen Minshew. No. We don't need any of that. Okay? We don't need any of that. Relax here, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody coming aboard. All right. Question for you. How about we do this? Don't answer this question with Jalen Hurts. Okay? Pretend he's not even on the team here. So it doesn't lead there because somehow you guys lead it there. List time. Hang on here. I don't know how. Okay? Hey, Xander's right, man. I told you this, dog. Know this. Any Merrill Reese, and I completely 100% back his position. Any Merrill Reese slander, automatic block. You'll be in a timeout for a long time. You notice, like I said, you never see me correct that guy. You will never. I correct stiffs, not him. He can say whatever he wants. Okay? Okay? Are you ready? Okay. Players that have to step their game up in 2022 for the Eagles. I wrote these names down. Okay? I wrote Javon Hargrave. Making $12.9 million a year. You're regarded as one of the top guys in the league at defensive tackle. You can't have a second half of a season like you did last year. You need to have balance, and you need to be able to dominate. You know, that's the one thing Aaron Donald. Doesn't it seem that Aaron Donald gets stronger by the end of the year? You watch him at the beginning of the season versus the end of the season, it looks like he's stronger. It's because he's in better condition. It's because he's in better shape. It's because he's in a better scheme. It's because of on a better team. It's numerous things in better positions because the quarterback is an elite guy. Javon Hargrave, you can't play 8 games and then take the other 8 off and make $12.9 million and be considered an elite DT. And I happen to consider his talent an elite DT. I think he's got to play better. I think he's got to be more consistent. I mean, look, if you guys think that's ripping, it's not. I'm just saying, for the money he's making, for the talent he has, he's underachieving. He's got to play better. They're looking to you, and the reason why you don't have a contract going into the final year of your deal is because of exactly what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is factual. Or how we would have re-signed that guy with the batch last year, the Malatas, the Goddards, they would have signed him. He goes into this contract, the final year of his contract, and there's no deal on the table. That tells you a lot of what the Eagles think. Dude, they like him, but he needs to play better. I got Brandon Graham here. I know you guys like him a lot. But, dude, okay, Brandon Graham, you got to get through a season. Got to get through a year. Got to be productive. Good. We're talking tangibles. He's like the Jalen Hurts of the defensive side of the football. Everyone loves the guy. I get it. Clubhouse loves it. He wants to retire an Eagle. Great. You know how you retire an Eagle? Produce. Put up numbers. Put up where people go like this. You know what you do? You put up numbers that people can't get rid of you. Okay? Eastside Monster says he's not worried about Graham. Well, just be healthy. Here's another guy. I want to see TJ Edwards get to the next level. I think this kid, TJ Edwards, there's something about him I dig. I think he plays hard. I think he puts himself in a proper position to be successful. I don't know if he has the skill set to be all that great. Okay? But to me, Sills, BG's not always hurt. I agree. He has to produce more, though. Okay. I want to see TJ Edwards get to another level, or he'll be replaced. Because we're either, hey, do we agree? How about this on TJ Edwards? You think TJ Edwards has reached his max potential of who he is and he'll never get better? Let me ask you that. You think that guy's reached his maximum capability of who he is? You think we're ever going to see a better version of TJ Edwards? Especially with dudes in front of you that you now have. Okay? You now have dudes in front of you. Do you think there's a better version of him? Smile, I don't think so either. I think that's who he is. That's why I'm saying I'd like to see this guy to see if this guy's got another gear. I don't think he's got another gear. And Yale, you drafted Kobe Dean. You're hoping that kind of like put some like gasoline in the can a little bit more so he goes out and plays hard and you have competition, team competition, fair competition. You know what I'm saying? I'm not. Look at Xander. Xander's like this now. Xander's like this. He's like, Sills not going for TJ Edwards. Because you guys don't have any of these kind of questions asked about your players. Do you think this is the best version you're ever going to see of TJ Edwards is a slam? Well, it's time to replace his ass if so. Wow, man. I think people think that the National Football League or the National Football Show, I think you guys think that you get you put on a retirement plan where it's like a retirement home or something. You guys, or like it's a Supreme Court. It's a lifetime deal if you get drafted somewhere. You're constantly looking to be replaced at all times. Yell. See, look at Yell, man. Edwards seems like a cool dude. I'm not talking about beer drinking. I'm the king of content. No. Hey, Maniac, I'm not king of content. I'm King Kong. Told you that. Yeah, Sills going after T. I'm not going after. Wow. Man, I can't. Hey, watch it. No. Here, let's do it. Watch it. So what do you guys think? You think this defense is really going to play well? Yeah. Oh, no. Here, I'll do what that Pauly Shore guy did. Hey, if it were me, I'd give Jalen $72 million a year. And then I'd extend Howie another 3. Give him a 6-year contract. Shit, what the hell? Yeah, and by the way, if he needs me to wash his car, bring it over to WIP anytime. Pull it in the back next to the trucks. I'm sure Odyssey will put a parking spot back there for him. I'll wash his car. Oh my God. I'll wash his car for him. Oh. Eagle fans don't like criticism of player. What was criticized? And I asked you if you think this is the best version of TJ Edwards you're going to see. Oh, my God. Hey, Seth's all over my Twitter page right now. I love it. Love it. Will you watch shirtless? If Jalen Hurts throws for 4,200 yards, and I'll make you a bet. I'll tell you what I'll do. And I'll do this. I don't know where. If Jalen Hurts throws for 4,200 yards, I'll sit in a dunk tank. And you could throw things at it, and you could try dunking me. Okay? Now, if I win, I can come up with something here. Hurts throws for 4,200 yards. I'll do it in a golden thong. I'm just kidding. I'll do it in a golden thong. Gotta wear the jersey. I gotta wear it. 4,200 yards. Tell me where I'll definitely dunk your ass. I gotta wear a Jalen Hurts jersey. We'll come up with something. In Philly? No, Yale. In Delaware. No thong, please. Yeah, hey, Savvy, I'll take that back, right? Nobody's going to come out to that. Sills is in a thong. I'd have some fun with him dunking his ass. But I don't know. The thong thing, man, then it's a weird thing on me, right? Hey, then it's a weird thing on me. I don't know, Sills, why did you have to, hey, this is going to be a new conversation. Watch this. Why did you have to Deshaun Watson it? Why'd you have to creep it up? Right, pause. Look at Nate. Nate goes, Wow, watch the hate Edwards, the first state. Oh, Jesus Christ. This ain't no hate. You have to do a show in a Jalen Hurts jersey if he throws for $4K, a full show. Jalen Hurts throwing for 4,000 yards. Holy cow. Tyler Van Dyke. Yeah, I'll wait. Tyler, it's back on again. Don't worry about it. Oh, God. The memes will be legendary if you're in a Hurts jersey. What about if he throws for $5,000? If he throws for 5,000 yards, I'll take one of those Jeff Bezos rockets to the moon. I'll take one of those Bezos rockets to the moon if he throws for 5,000 yards. And Xander goes, I'll pay for the flight. Oh, man. Sills, if I see you in a thong, I won't eat a time. I'd guarantee you this, Maniac. If you saw Big Sills in a thong, you wouldn't eat Italian sausage for a month. Oh, man. Hey, how many people are throwing up? Hurts is going to win the MVP. Jesus Christ. Hey, Xander's like, Jesus, going after TJ Edwards. I'm not going after anybody. Oh, my God. I think Dan is smart, just like Jeffrey Lurie. He knows he'll keep coming if he talks shit about the guy. I'm not talking shit on him. Talking truth. Justice, the American way. It's no shit. My other guy, James Bradbury. Come on, homie. Let's see what you can do. In 2 years ago, you were a Pro Bowler. Hurts for 4,500. Book it. Come on, Stubby. Come on, Stubby K. How can you say that, Stubby? Stubby says 4,500 yards. Damn. What if he throws for 10,000? I won't eat for a week. Oh, way to make it weird, Sills. I know, man. That was my mistake. Do it Philly for a home Philly game. Oh, Stanley. Look at Stanley, man. Stanley's got Sills. Do it for a Philly home game. Most notably, playoff game, the NFC Championship. Oh. Stanley goes, San Diego ain't justice. Whew. Not the oil prices, bro. Sills rubs me as a Speedo guy. No. Steve, I don't wear any underwear. What happens to four freaking I'd say 3,600 to 3,800. He forgot 2 seasons. Yeah, underwear, man, causes me too much of a problem. It's too binding. If Philly knew you were being dunked at the link, you'd fill the Oh, wow. Wait a minute. What in the world? You mean like the old wing bowl? God, that thing was. I've been to a wing bowl at the Spectrum. I've been to a wing bowl. My boys and I went down to a wing bowl once. I've been to a wing bowl at the Spectrum. Ball's been flying, freezing. Yeah, about that. 98 sounds right. Last pair of draws I ever owned. Yeah, you see, anybody who wears underwear, it's like wearing really tight shorts. It's no good. I don't own a belt either. He was born in. Way. Xander's been freewheeling since 98. There you go, Xander. See, you're more of a thinker. Hey, I'm telling you, Da Vinci didn't wear them either. That's where I got it from. Leonardo da Vinci didn't wear drawers. That's where I got it from. I found out that Leonardo da Vinci and like Michelangelo didn't have drawers and they didn't wear them, and kind of like wore off on me. And I said, "Yay, I'm in. I'm in." Yeah, got you, man. Sills has to wear a Virginia Tech rules. Oh my God, no. No Virginia Tech. Glad I'm not eating dinner yet. Wow, you guys are so awful. So terrible, man. Look at this. All I did was ask. Still so glad I caught you the last 15 minutes. VTech is no good. Thank God. They were good for a while, man, especially with Vic. Can we talk politics again now? No. No politics. You know why? Because it creates really shitty stuff. This is fun. And especially, good, the Twitter, too. Here, watch this. Hey, we should have a segment, Xander. Shitty tweets. Here, let me read some of these. By the way, I blame my IT guy because he's a Hurts guy. Thank you very much, Savvy. We had fun today. And you guys are always here for it. And I appreciate it. God, you guys are great. Here, hold on. Let's see. Dan Sileo is a buffoon. I'm saving receipts. He is becoming a hot take host at this point. True. Doesn't mean I don't still be doing what I do on game day throughout the week. Stay tuned, Sills. And here's Seth. True. Doesn't mean I don't still be doing what I do. Oh, he's talking about stuff he's going to be doing later. Sills talking contract extension with Hurts. I thought I heard you. Okay, hold on. Dan Sileo is a buffoon. Logical and accurate perspective. John McMullen. Try some of that, Sileo. You're all over the place. Just to be provocative? Who the TF is Dan Sileo? Never heard of the guy. Probably not good at his job either. Some would say I'm not. He's a hot take guy. Oh, we got another one here from Seth. That is an opinion. Everyone is certainly entitled to theirs. Hurts has to prove he can elevate his game. This team has to as well. They've proven nothing to be called elite. Hurts is going into a second full year as a starter. On what He is. Gee. Look at Seth just saying the same. How come Seth? Oh, because Seth, okay, Seth's got more juice than me. Seth is good. Good. Because you know why? Someone's going to be right this year. Someone's going to be right. Yeah, but the stuff you're talking about with Jalen. This is great. Oh, my God. Dear Lord, thank you. Dear Lord, thank you. What a hater. I said you're going to the NFC Championship game. But you don't like how I said it. I got it. See, message from a Golden Eagle. Don't tell me that's like Boston College or something. You guys still have a football team up there? Does Boston College still have a football program? Do they play football? I don't remember. Seth's been here longer. Really? Hey, Michael. Really? Hey, message. I'm playing, man. It's all good, dude. Message. I'm not. Love, hate, love. Oh, man. Birdman says, Seth to JAKIB, make it happen, Sills. Let's see. You heard it here first. I'm going to make that happen. Remember, you heard it here first. I'm going to try to make that happen. Seth Joyner joining our network. I'm going to make that happen. You know why? All I got to do is make a couple calls. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make it happen. You put that down and I'll bet you anything, man. I'll try to make that happen as much as I can. You heard it here. We're going to get all the rock stars here. Yes, sir. That's right. We're going to have all the stars, man. Done deal? No, I don't know. No, I don't know any. I don't have any insight. I'm just saying I'm going to try to make it happen. I don't have any insight. How would I have insight? You kidding me? You think anybody tells me anything? I just push a button, go. Click a link. I'm there. That's, on air. That's all I know. I don't care about any of that. Nobody tells me anything because I can't keep a secret. You tell me something, I'll say it. I can't. I'm not a very good secret keeper. Yeah. So, hey, I do want to, one more time. Hey, I do want to tell you guys, man, thank you so much for it's almost like rehabilitation, hasn't it, Xander, been, right? Big Sills doing national radio next week. Monday and Tuesday, I'm doing a Jim Rome show, and I'll be on CBS Sports. So you get to watch me while you're eating your 4th of July. You just tune on the tube and go, oh, my God, there's Sileo. You're not going to believe it. And by the way, you can actually call into that thing. Please, and I don't hear anything about Jalen. Okay, because I'm probably not going to bring it up. Hey, Michael, thanks for making no, dude. Thanks for making my day. And Nathan, thank you, man. Congrats to Seth, thank you. And by the way, we're still doing this show too. Okay, we're still doing this show. So don't think that, well, Big Sills is going to do this and he's not, and that's not going to happen. So yeah, no, it's all good. We start here, end here. Great therapy. Yeah. Hey, Nate. See, hey, look at Nate. Nate's a lot like Xander. Never says great show. Hey, good show. It's all good. Seal's going to pull a Harry Mays. Who's that? Hey, listen, I love you guys. I appreciate you coming aboard. We had a lot of fun. Again, I love the fact that you guys get sarcasm and all. You guys are spectacular, man. Xander's like, who? And until tomorrow, man, 3 to 6 Eastern time. I love all you guys so much, man. You guys are great. Have a spectacular and safe night. We'll see you tomorrow.